but there are some communities we can't be in. Like you can't see a lawyer in a doctors association. There's nothing he's looking for there at that point. So that's the community that you can join. But a tech community, it's people that have similar interests and they're together. It's also a group of people that aim at. So if I want to narrow down into a tech community, it's also a group of people that are united by technology. You can use it to improve your technological aspects of your life, whether front end, back end, cybersecurity, from learning and developing new technologies. People build new technologies from communities. We have we have technologies that are powered by communities, open source to be precise, and you share IT jobs. From there, you can get jobs in communities. Okay, probably I know someone that needs a React developer. I'll post it on my GSC group chat. Okay, someone needs a React developer. Send in your CV to this email. You can get a job from there. You can attend event from there. And also, a community provides people with a sense of feeling and belonging, and it's a network where you can interact with people based on your interests. So when you're in a community, you feel belong because the people there are people that you share similar interests with, right? And you would be able to share your thoughts on something. So if I have an issue, how can I send a div? I feel I can ask it on my GDSC group chat. Why? Because I feel I belong there. And I feel that when I ask my question, there are people that know how to answer my question on the group chat. So after the meaning of, or after I've explained what the community is about, we have various tech communities. It could be student communities like GDSC, you have the MNSK, you have DSN, you have She Code. Yeah, there are a lot of student communities. Then you have like organizations like Google, like Microsoft, like Figma, like those are organizational body tech communities. They are hosted by those organizations, and some of those organizations they also have student communities. An example is Google. They have the Google Developer Group, and it's owned by Google developers, which is under Google, right? And we have Google Student Developer Students Club that is under Google. So it's kind of related. And then you have private bodies. Private bodies could be individual, it could be a group of people. I could start a community by myself. Um, Someone can just decide, okay, I want to create a Django. I want to create a Django community. It's not hosted by any student community. It's not an organization. It could be anybody. It could be anything that could just decide to have a community, and it's allowed because you don't. I don't think you need to register your community. It's something that you're just trying to bring people that have similar interests together in a place. So those are the types of communities that you can have. Then benefits of joining a community. What are the benefits of joining a community? There are a lot of benefits of joining a community. And mind you, um, I'm not going to say you shouldn't join a community because, or you must join a community rather, because you can get all these things even without joining a community. But being in a community is kind of better and it gives you an edge than just walking alone. Like the quote says, if you walk alone, you walk far. But if you walk with people, you walk like very far, vast or so. Yeah, is a saying like that. So it also applies to communities. So what are the benefits of community? Number one, sense of belonging. Like I said before at the beginning, a community is a tech community. You have a sense of belonging. So when you feel you belong in a particular place, you'll be free with yourself. You can bring up issues, you can bring up ideas, you can bring up your problems or anything. So you feel you have that sense of belonging amongst people, and you can always do what you want to do. You can upskill your skills too. When you join a community, the first thing you do is when you introduce yourself, right? okay, I want to learn. I'm a newbie and I want to learn front end. People are there. There are people on the group chat that will, okay, check this website, check that website, or okay, I'm done with learning HTML and CSS. What can I do next? You're upscaling your skill to become a better front end dev. When they tell you, oh, you can add JavaScript. So for your maybe for animation or something, then you're upscaling your skill like that. Before you know it, you start using libraries, you start using frameworks. Before you know it, you're a very good dev. But if you're like alone, yeah, you would have like a lot of things on your head to do, a lot of things to think of, a lot of things um to distinguish between each other. But when you have a community with you, it's easier to upscale your skills, in my opinion. Then access to resources. When you're in a community, it's easier for you to access resources. You could just ask, you could just meet anyone. Please, do you have resources on how to learn Blast? And then the person tells you, oh, check out this YouTube video. Or they could be sharing free courses. Okay, people on this group, I'm about to give 10 Udemy courses, drop your email, drop your this. So you have access to resources like that, which will also aid you to upskill your skills. Then support. Everyone falls into like issues. No one is perfect. You don't know, and you don't know everything. I could have an issue that I've been trying to solve, and unfortunately for me, I didn't find it on Stack Overflow, right? So now I go to the group chat. Oh, you guys, I have an issue. I'm trying to hit this particular endpoint in my maybe Node.js app or something like that. And what can I do? It's not working. You show the code, you show your snippet, you show everything. And then you can get answers from there. They're supporting you. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to think it through. You don't have to spend um, tons of hours, because it has happened to me once. I was trying to fix a particular issue for a week, and because I didn't find the community of people that are doing that, or I didn't even find anybody that was doing that, I submitted my issue on the repository and no one answered me. And after 4 days, I was like, this thing is not working. Let me try on my own. I had to I spent a week trying to find I spent a week trying to find the solution. And after I was done, that was when someone from somewhere now came and like, oh, you should do this. And meanwhile, I found it on my own. So assuming I was in the community. I wasn't introduced to the community earlier. Assuming I was there, I could have submitted my issue and I would have gotten support. Support only is not even about issues. You could have issues. Okay, I don't have data. Could someone help with data? And I'm not saying you should use that, and I may need to be always asking. But there are some times when things are hard. You could just ask. It could be emotional support. You are confused. You don't know what to do again. You are tired of I don't know where my tech journey is going. So it could give you emotional support, advice, and all those kind of things. So the support is all around. It's not only belonging to issues. Then accountability. When you start learning something, you might maybe leave it, or you might need someone that you want to learn with, and you want to do it together so that you'll be able to finish it. Because if you are doing something alone, I don't know, it happens to me. If I'm learning something alone and there's no one that is learning it with me, I don't feel accountable. I just feel like, okay, I can pick it up today, I can pick it up next week, and at the end of the day, I will spend 6 months saying that I didn't achieve anything with what I picked up to learn. So with communities, you can ask who can be my accountability partner. I want to learn Vue.js. Who can learn it with me? And then you can see 2 or 3 people can sign up with you, and you can form a group chat on your own. And then you start learning. You ask the person, what did you do today? What did you do? What are you doing next week? What project have you built? With that, you are upskilling yourself by being accountable for each other. Then diversity. When you're in tech, like I said earlier, you can't know everything. So it gives you this, being in a community. Also, it gives you an idea of how diverse you can be in tech. That means probably I think I can only do front end there, but I don't think there's only front end development. But with communities, when they host events and everything, I see that there are other aspects of tech, and I see how diverse it is. And also, diverse in the sense that you get to meet a lot of, they might not be, they might not be the standard CA, the Igbo, Yoruba, Japanese, American, anyone. So it's more diverse and you'll be able to like talk with more people on a global scale if it's a global community. And then networking. Definitely when you're in a community, you'll be able to network faster. Imagine meeting someone outside now and you tell the person, oh hi, or you go to an event, hi, my name is Ifeon and I'm a member of GDSC. I mean, if someone is in GDSC, so you'll be like, oh, what GDSC are you? Okay, I'm in Unilag. Oh, me, I'm in ABU. Okay, something like that. Like, for instance, if someone walks up to me and the person tells me, oh, I'm a member of GDSC, GDSC, then I would be interested to talk to the person because why? I'm a member of GDSC and I like meeting other GDS members. So I would ask you, oh, what school? Oh, I'm in this school. Oh, that's nice. You can start a conversation from there. And you can also use the community as an avenue to network with each other. It necessarily doesn't have to be even GDS. It could be anyone. You could go to events when they host events for people like this virtual event, and they say, oh, when we're asked to put your names and what you do. So from there you can like know other people that are doing these things and you can also be with them. So that's networking. So like I said before, you don't need to join a community to know to have all of this, but being these are like the benefits of joining the community. These are the benefits you enjoy that are very positive. Then how to leverage this developer community. So how can I leverage it to build a successful career? Well, I would share tips on how you can leverage the community or how you can leverage the developer community to build a career and in the process build a successful one. So the first thing is to join an existing developer community. So for instance, I go maybe go into you get into school or you get into anywhere, you look for a community. Oh, this is Andela, maybe Andela, this Andela phone, you join it or you join you join it. Then when you join it, you introduce yourself. So after you join the community, it could be physical, it could be virtual, maybe a WhatsApp group, Slack, Telegram, Discord, whatever. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Ifeon. I starting out in tech. I'm glad to be part of this community, and and I want to know and learn from people in this community. So that is, you've introduced yourself. You say what you do. You say your name so that they'll be able to address you. Give a very extensive introduction and then from there you pick up conversations. And after that, you attend hosted events, workshops, seminars, hackathons. These are like ways of you network. From here, you can meet people. You can discuss with people. Oh, I am building a YouTube clone. What are you doing? I'm building a YouTube clone. Okay, how are you doing it? So you like discuss with people when you go for events. You can even collect maybe probably their numbers. You can recruiters might be there. You could talk to a recruiter, meet recruiters at that place, and you could fortunately get a job. Then you attend workshops to upskill yourself. Maybe they are teaching Firebase. So you join the workshop. Oh, what's Firebase? You learn how to use Firebase from there. Seminars, hackathons, you use hackathons, you build things during hackathons. So that's one thing you could do. So another one is to network with other members. So after you introduce yourself and you start talking with other people, try to network with other people in the community. Okay, you do front end, me I do back end. Can we collaborate on a project? Or I do machine learning, you do front end. Can you do this for me? So that's how you network with other people. Necessarily don't even have to you necessarily don't even have to build projects before you can network. Just like casual conversations. You don't know where you can lead you to. Then be active. It's not when you don't join a group chat or you don't join a community and you're not doing anything and you expect people to know you. I mean, if you don't say what you do or who you are, no one will know you. A closed mouth is a closed destiny, like they say. So you have to like say what you do out. Then you post your work, you post your project. So when you work on something, so hi guys, I just built my first React app. Hi guys, I just built my first machine learning model. You post your work, you post your project. Can you help me? Um, can you help me interact with it? Can you help me push it out? People are there, they will push it out for you, they will do things for you. You could speak to your community manager. Could you help me? Is it possible for you to help me post it on your social media platforms to showcase for me so that people can engage with it? If they say yes, you give them the content, you give them everything. You're putting yourself out there. If by putting yourself out there, people will notice you. Then next one or last one is to volunteer to host events or help during events. So now they say they want to host an event. You reach the lead, you reach someone. Hi guys, is there a way that I can help in hosting these events? If the person says yes, you are down for it. You host from there when you're hosting event, because when you're hosting event, especially physical event, you have the opportunities to meet like these speakers one on one, especially if you are in charge of speakers or in charge of someone. So from there you could pick up a conversation with someone, and maybe it's someone you always wanted to meet. You could like meet the person through volunteering. So when or you help during the event, you can say, okay, you can reach out to your lead. Can I host a workshop on learning Angular, because I can build an Angular app, or I have been learning Angular and I feel I want to give back to the community by this. And then it's like, okay, you set up an event, you teach people. From there, people ask you questions. If you don't know the if you don't know the answer, you feel you see it as an avenue for you to go and learn more. You're building yourself like that. Before you know, you're building your public speaking skills, your communication skills, your teaching skills. You're building your skills like that. So when you volunteer to host and help people during events, it's actually a very good way to like build a career. So I'll just be giving a personal story of how I used um, how I used the community to leverage myself. So first off, I gained admission in 2017. I'm still a student of university because of strike. When I joined, I was curious about what tech was about. I've been hearing about robotics and all those things. So I went for systems engineering, and I was curious. Okay, so if I want to build a robot, what should I do? How would I go about it? So fortunately for me, I met someone who was tech oriented, and then the person introduced me to DSC. That was like my first tech friend ever. And I joined GDSC, which is now GDSC. And then when I joined, as of that time, I was I as of that time I was volunteering for the DSC. For the DSC, I was on the core team. I always try to do things, help out with events, try to host events. When we have our yearly hackathon, I also try. So things like that. After that, I applied to become the lead for GDSC in life, and I was picked. I During my tenure too, I did different things. And after that, after my tenure, I continued moving. I was very confused after I finished what next to do with my life. So that's what made me venture into open source and doing more of software engineering and technical writing. So that's how my journey now fully started from there. Then, during that, then I started applying for like different roles. I started applying for internships. So I was fortunate to land an interview with Goldman, and they asked me what is best or from your CV, because being a lead is on my CV, my resume rather. And they asked me, I should pick a life-changing experience for me on my CV, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to pick. I thought GDSC was basic. I didn't want to say it. I previously did HNG. I was like, let me say HNG. Then I was like, no, HNG is somehow. So I told the person, okay, I'll pick being the lead for the Google Developers Potential on the campus. And I was like, okay, go on. And then when I was talking, I was realizing that I did things. I tried to compare myself as of before. I joined community before I became lead, joined and I became lead, and after. And I was talking, it was occurring to me that I really did a lot of things and how the community helped me, because I also told him that it was through the community I got to know all of this. And then when I was done, like my interviewer was like, wow. And then he said he noticed my confidence because I was talking very confident, like I was very confident during my interview. And it was like, that was like my only genuine question in the whole interview, because before then I had like practiced a lot of questions that come out, and that was how I won't say that was how I got my internship, but that was like I believe that's one of the factors, because the two of them were actually amazed and it was genuine. They felt it came from my heart, because even myself, I know I poured out my heart playing that person. So yeah, that is the way of using community. It will be a different story for you. It's a different story for me. It will be a different story for you. And now you could use the community to build a career, and it's a different story for different people. Necessarily, it doesn't have to be getting a job. You could be getting anything that you could use. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much all. So questions, I am done.
All right, thank you very much. We would not be entertaining now. There will be time for that after the session. So please, if you have any question, just keep it till we are done. There will be a time for question and answer session. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation, Ms. Ifeon. We hope to have you some other time when time permits.
Thank you.
All right. In case you're not aware, Ms. Ifeon was also an ex-lead of GDSC Unilab. So yeah. Over to our next speaker. All right. Our next speaker is Mr. Sadiq Akinjobi. Please, before he comes online, before he comes on board, if you're not speaking, please kindly mute your mic. Please and please and please mute your mic, mute your videos. We would not want to have any disturbance. Of course, we know you're all handsome, you're all beautiful, but then please just put it off for now. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Sadiq, I'm sure we've all been hearing about GDSC, community. So, Mr. Sadiq would be doing justice to introducing to us what GDSC is all about, what you stand to gain as a student member. So, if he's here, please, can you come on board? All right, so Mr. Sadiq Akinjobi is also the program manager for Google. And it will interest you to know that he was also once an ex-lead of GDSC itself. Please, can we make some noise in the chat box while he comes on board?
Okay, as I'm trying to set up, so firstly, hey everyone, good to meet you. I'll just turn on my video for like 5 seconds so you can see. Okay, I think I'm trying to change my mind. I can't find my glasses. Okay, let me just try and do that. Okay, so hi everyone, this is me. I'm just going to turn it off back. So firstly, I want to thank Daniel. Is that correct? Yeah, I think that's correct. Daniel for putting this together. I also want to thank the amazing core team for all the help and the host that just introduced me. I didn't catch the person's name, but well done, and all of the amazing work that you're doing. I also want to thank my very good now Oga, which is Ifion. She has done a very great job with her presentation. Okay, so now before I just kickstart while I'm trying to just solve one or two things, I want us to quickly do a small challenge. So I'm looking for who can type GDSC ABU in the chat, one letter at a time without breaking. So you're typing GDSC ABU in the chat without breaking, one letter at a time. Let me see who will get it. I can see a lot of people trying. While I'm trying to quickly sort out this thing in my slide deck. Please let me know if somebody gets it, or the host. By the time I come back, let me know if somebody gets it. Just help me be paying attention. Did anyone get it?
I don't think anyone has gotten it yet.
Okay, no one got it. I wanted to give you a prize before. Looks like I'm going to keep my prize. All right, so I'll just quickly do a rundown because I also don't want to bore everyone, and I'll keep it as short as possible, but I'll just quickly do a rundown of what GDSC is, right? And sort of now break down into how you can best take advantage. Okay, Abdullah Yunus is saying that I should this one is using scope. Using scope. Guys, chill, let me get this so we can share the price. Can you imagine? So I just quickly want to do a rundown onto what the Google Developer Student Cloud Program is, what you should expect, how it works, what are some of the advantages and all of that. So I'll make it very short as possible, and then we'll just take it from there. So my name is Sadiq Akinjobi, and you find out more about me, my story shortly, right? I do developer relations at Google, working on what is called the communities team. Sorry, one sec, please. See people still trying to get it. So working on what they call the communities team, right? So I like talking about my story a bit because I felt that Ifion has more money than me, but our story goes in a similar way, just that she's the richer version. So I started out as a GDSC mentor at the University of Lagos, right? Best school in Nigeria, fight for another day. But I started out as a GDSC mentor, and I was working on what's her name? Ebony Ope, who was the lead in 2018-2019 session, right? I was just a lead. I was just a mentor under that. And then I got the opportunity to sort of like be selected as the lead for University of Lagos, Nigeria. And it gave me that opportunity to inspire others, help them grow, and essentially impact my community. Sorry, one sec. Something is pinging and it's distracting me. So basically, sort of look at and inspire my community and help them grow, and just impact the community. And if you check the time of those tweets, that was in August in 2019. Now, 3 years down the line, trying to do a lot of things. I think if you want to took over from me, as you can see from my DP, see how fresh she's looking, done things with Goldman Sachs and all of that. I'm pretty sure she has shared. She did not cast herself. I'm going to cast her for you. But few years down the line, about 3 years down the line, finally graduated, did a few things, and now I work at Google. And it sort of gives the opportunity, and you can sort of see the path that you can start from a place of humble beginning or a place of small beginning, and then move and catapult your career to this particular point. And I would share some of those things that helped in that catapulting of career along the journey. So what exactly is GDSC? So I like to see GDSCs as a community group for students that are interested in design and developer technologies. So you have design, you have developers, you have technical writing, and the families. So things like technical writing, what's the name of this thing called? Things like technical writing, things like design, things like coding itself, things like project management, product management, all of these things that you're going to pick up along the way and you're going to learn, sort of all of that thing. So different people, different background, different skill sets, just being together. And GDSC sort of give you that opportunity for you to grow your knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment. So you're together with your friends, with your colleagues, with your schoolmates, and you're learning together and you're building solutions for local businesses and your community. And the main reason we are looking to bridge the gap between theory and practical. So looking at access to tools, access to skills, access to resources, access to networks that really contributes to both your professional and personal development. And that is why we really looked at the program and we began the program. And our goal at the deep end is to empower students and give you the impact and empower you to impact your community through technology. So such that we are looking at how to give you that form of impact that you want through technology. And some of the reasons why you should join a GDSC, and I will share more on this shortly, is that it gives you that access to skills. So you want to learn a new skill, you want to learn something, it gives you access to skill, it gives you access to tools. So you're learning, you're getting access to tools that you normally will not get access to. Gives you access to resources. So resources that helps you make your work easier, help you make your life easier, and gives you access to network, right? Very important. So network where you are learning how to do, you're meeting new people. For example, I don't think I would have met a couple of you on this call without GDSC, but then it sort of makes it easy for people to meet and network. Muhyiddin, I can see your hand is raised. Do you have a question? And has refused to come down.
No, I'm very sorry.
Okay, I know you had a question, so I wanted to be sure so that I do not miss it. All right, so some of the things I want you to look out for over the course of 1 year is 4 things, right, or 5 things. First one is solutions challenge. Second one is code labs. Third one is code jams, study jams, webinars, meetups, in person or virtual. And I will explain first on solutions challenge because it really it's really an annual contest. And the reason I like starting from solutions challenge is that I want you to have the end in mind from the beginning, right? So look at it in this way. It's an annual contest, right? Where you come together, your students come together and you form a team, a small team, and then you build and solve local community problems. You are in ABU. I don't know what sort of local problems that you have, but you are there and you're the only one that will be able to relate most to it. So you build real solutions that we will now solve. Pick one of the 17 SDGs goals, SDGs rather, and there are a lot of them. So you can pick a problem around quality education, you can pick a problem around gender inequality, and then really try to solve them for an opportunity to do 2 things. Number 1, you are adding projects to your portfolio. Number 2, you are trying to win. And number three, of course, I think there was cash prize this year, and there'll be cash prizes next year. So we're trying to win cash prizes, trying to be a part of a global community and a global movement. And it really helps you, because we've seen people from startups from Solutions Challenge. We've seen people from new companies from Solutions Challenge. We've seen people go on to get a new job with projects that they do in Solutions Challenge. The second one is Code Lab. So it's really you and a group of people coming together and trying to code and build things together. Third one is Study Jam. Similar to Code Labs, you are trying to learn a thing. So it could be a cloud study jam or an Android study jam or a machine learning study jam, where the facilitator who we have given and supplied you with resources is now impacting those resources onto the rest of the students. And then things like webinars like this one, where you're just sort of hearing general things and learning new things, and meetups where you're either connecting in person, meeting new people in person, or meeting in virtually. And some of the reasons why you should be a part of GDSC, right, just to deep dive, because I know I've shared a lot of things, right? You're going to learn, right? But I think that much more than the learning, the networking was the top notch for me, right? In terms of, I was able to network with a lot of people, meet people like Ifion, meet people like, of course, there are plenty names. If I start listing, will not live here. So meet quite a number of people. I was able to learn new technologies, so learn a lot of things in terms of new technology. I was able to get a place to share feedback and ideas. So ideas, I want to build a new thing. So you get that opportunity to share feedback and hear from people. You also learn from your peers. So because, I know most times, your students, as you're learning, you're also getting the opportunity to impact and give back. It gives you that platform where you are able to acquire skills that are sort of relevant to your journey as a developer. And then you get access to people like me that could speak to you from the SSA region and beyond the SSA region. You also get access to gain skills, tools, and developer resources first access. So I know that, for example, you're able to be sharing it with you later. We are launching a campaign called Android Compose campaign, right? So you get access to those sort of resources firsthand before it goes out to the rest of the public. You also, for some of you, you get access to speaking engagement. I know that today that I'm speaking to you, I got this opportunity first when I was a student, and I was speaking to my fellow peers. And then it began to grow. SSA is Sub-Saharan Africa. So it's the unit at Google that is responsible for this part of the continent. You also get access to personal and professional growth. So trying to grow professionally, trying to grow personally, and then you get access to opportunities, right? Whether they are job opportunities that your fellow people are going to share, or job opportunities that we trickle down in. You also get access to something called Google Summer of Code and Google Summer of Docs, where you can sort of apply and you can be a part of and learn more and make some money for yourself. I know that because you are in Abu Zaria, it might look like you're just doing this thing alone, but I want you to know that what you're doing, even though you're doing it locally, sort of having a global impact and reach, right? We have 231 clubs in Africa right now, in 30 plus countries. So just as you are in Nigeria, there are people in Ghana, in Nairobi, 30 countries in Africa. And it sort of ties back to the fact that what you're doing, even though it is local doings, you're sort of having a global impact with the level of impact that you can reach is really and truly global. And not just in Africa, we also have a wider, I think worldwide, we have about 1,500 clubs. So meaning that if you had the opportunity to travel today to Canada, for example, you can connect with a GDSC club member there and sort of relate with them and engage with them. And I'm looking forward to, I've talked a lot about all the learnings, all the opportunities, all the code labs and opportunity for building, right, with Solutions Challenge. But what I'm really looking forward is to hear your stories, right? I know that some of you here, if you look at my story, I started out from being a student, then a mentor, then a lead, and now I'm here where I am today. So that sort of trajectory, I'm looking forward to reading your story and look at what has stood out for you. So you can tweet about your story on Twitter or any social media. Use hashtag Developer Student Club. I try to pop in once in a while and check out the hashtag and see what people are saying and what people are posting. You can also share your story with the Google community team at go.gle/community story. I'm really, really looking forward to some of you will do not know anything now, and in 5 months' time, you'll be building applications. Some of you are very good now. In 5 months' time, you'll be doing more. So I'm looking forward to reading all of those inspiring and amazing stories over the course of in the nearest future. And it ties back to all the points that I have shared, right? It ties back to those 4 primary points. Learn. You take the opportunity to learn a lot. And I want you to come with an open mind and learn as much as you can. Build. You get the opportunity to put your hands there and build projects. Looking forward to all the amazing things you build. Share. You get the opportunity to share your work, share on social media, be a part of all of these things. And the most important one, grow. You get the opportunity to actually grow because you look at your life in a few months from now, and then you'll be like, yes, because I learned, I built a few things that I could not do before. I can see that sort of impact in my life. And really, alone, we can do so little, right? On your own, you can try to learn, you can try to share, you can try to build. There's so little that you can do. But then when we put our hands together and we try and put our best, we can do so much. I know that on a final word, a lot of you might say that I'm not a core team member, I'm not an organizer, I'm not the lead, so there's nothing I can do to assist the club. But I want you to know that it is not just the work of the lead to make things happen for the club, right? I want you to see it from that perspective. All of us have to come together for the whole club to thrive. So I'm looking forward to all of the amazing things that you're going to do. Personally, I'm looking forward to at least 2 projects from ABU during the Solutions Challenge. I want you to start thinking about it from now, what you want to do, how you want to do it, and wishing you all the best over the course of the over the nearest future. Thank you. And yeah, you can follow me on social media. I try to respond to all messages that I get.
Thank you very much for that amazing and wonderful session, Mr. Sadiq. I'm sure everybody has picked 1 or 2 things from what he has said, what he has highlighted. And trust me, the team lead at GDSC ABU has a lot amazing things in stock for you guys. So whether you're already in the tech field or you are just starting out as a newbie, trust me, we have a lot of amazing programs for you guys, and we cannot wait to get started with you all. So moving on to the next speaker, we have been talking about GDSC community, leveraging your career. Now, we want to create time for newbies. I'm sure we have a lot of people who are interested in the tech space, who do not know what to do, how to go about it, what to learn, what to transition into. So we'll be having our 3rd and the final speaker who would be taking us on transitioning into tech as a newbie. Our last speaker for today is Mr. Simon Linus, and quickly I would say a few things about him. Then when he comes aboard, he will do the final introduction. Mr. Simon Linus is the CEO of NediHigh. He's a full stack developer, a product designer, a digital marketing expert, and he has over 8 years experience working with product teams. So you can see we have amazing speakers here to talk to us today. So Mr. Samuel Linus, is he here? Okay, I can see him here. All right. Over to you. Before he speaks, please, if you have any question, please just drop it. We will have a question and answer session after the session. Please, just mute your mic. All right, sir, you have the floor, sir.
All right, thank you guys for having me. Good afternoon, everybody. And it's an amazing experience and opportunity being here with you guys to share what I have to share with you guys today. So it's something I always preach, something I always emphasize in all of my content and the work I do. And joining this particular session today, realizing that talking about community, right, just make me much more excited, because currently at NEDI, we are developing a community platform that will help people easily create, manage, and grow their community. I hope that in the nearest future, most of us here will be introduced to that particular platform and use that particular platform. Now, back to the major topic I'll be discussing about, and will be how you can get started in tech. So I have a series of steps that I'm going to give to you guys. I don't have any presentation or slides to show, but if you have a pen or a sheet of paper, and I would love you to put it by the side, because I would love you to jot some of these things down. And if you love to get started in tech right now, there is so many things that is going through your mind, right? I want you to just listen attentively as I go through some of these steps, right? So these things are things that I've gone through myself, and as NEDI, as somebody that also, as someone that's also had the firm that we train people, so it's something I'm really knowledgeable in. So, so the first thing I always advise people that want to get started in tech, the first thing that you should do is basically learn. So we used to have this mantra. We say, when you learn, you can remove the L. If you remove the L from learning, what you get is earn. So there is this perception that there's a lot of money in tech. When you join tech, you learn you're a developer, a programmer, a product designer, blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of money. And people want to join tech, want to basically transition into tech with the hope that they're going to make money, right? And they don't actually have the right mentality that, okay, I need to actually learn first, which is part of the process, right? So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is learn. Now, when it comes to learn, there's only thing you want to put down there. So on your sheet of paper, your notepad, you should just write number 1, learn. Now, when it comes to learn, people will always ask me, what course should I learn, right? What course should I learn? I'm not good in mathematics, right? Because one of the most popular things about tech is that people think that it's technical. I would have to start writing programs. I'll be a hacker, like you watch a movie. Those guys are wear hoodie and they'll just type on the keyboard. I'm in. And you think that is how it is, like that in real life, right? People say, do I need to know maths? I'm not good in maths. Will I be a programmer? Will it be difficult? Can this my small brain carry this thing, right? So the truth is, everybody can actually transition into tech. There is something for everybody. You must not necessarily be a core. A technical person. You must not necessarily be a programmer to be in tech. So in tech, we have what we call the technical and non-technical roles. So I want you to write that on that learn. We have technicals and non-technical roles. So for the technical roles, you could learn stuff like programming, and programming is also divided into 3. Under programming, you could be a front-end developer, you could be developer, of course. So these are several things you could learn, right? Under the technical aspect again, you could learn DevOps, which has to do with deploying of software in a whole, right? You could learn other amazing stuff under programming. Then under the non-technical part, you could learn product designing. You will see that UI UX is something that is really, really trending. And if you are somebody that you know that, okay, I don't think programming is my thing, don't force it, right? You have product design there. In product design, you can also divide it into 2. We have the UI designers and we have the user experience designers. UI designers are people that focus more on design. They look more of the interface, more of the colors, the pictures. If this app is beautiful, like if you're on this Google Meet right now, this Google Meet has a certain UI. If you're on the desktop, by the right hand side there is a sidebar that is showing you all the participants. There is chat there. By the right hand side, you see the main content area. Probably you are watching this particular, you're streaming this particular video. You're seeing my face, right, and you're seeing other participant that is live by the right hand side, right. You can also chat by the bottom side of it as well. So those are that is the UI. So somebody actually thought that. Somebody came up with, let's draw this rectangle here. Let this rectangle be for where the videos, the live stream videos will be displaying. Then this other side might be where you see other people that you can actually send a message and you can chat someone. Somebody said, let it be this, let this be that. Right? That is the UI. So if you're not even good in colors, probably your shares that I've tried graphic design before, I'm not good in colors, blah blah blah. We still have a position for you. That position is called user experience research, right? We are basically researching, thinking, okay, how can people have a better experience on this particular app? For example, now we have, I missed you to mention Zoom.
Oh, that was so sad. I think his network had issues. So while we are waiting for him, or is he around? Maybe I'm the only one who cannot hear him, because I don't think I can.
I'm same here.
Okay. Yeah, let's just take the questions now so that by the time is back, let's take questions from the first two speakers. So if you have questions, please, you can start asking that.
Okay, he's back.
All right, hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can. Please carry on, sir.
All right, thank you. I had a little network glitches there. So I was talking about different people learn. We have the technical part, we have the non-technical part as well. For the technical part, I mentioned stuff like programming, front-end web development, back-end web development, mobile application development. Even the mobile application, I could still go further. We have stuff like Swift for people that want to be an iOS developer. We have stuff like Java for Android for people that want to be an Android developer. We have stuff like React for people that want to be cross-platform developers. We have stuff like Ionic. We have stuff like GDSC and so on and so forth, right? So many amazing stuff. For people that want to go, we'll call that user experience research as well, right? So we have just like somebody just drop a comment now. For the technical part as well, we have stuff like AI, artificial intelligence. We have like the Web3. We have the augmented reality. You could see all of this stuff coming to play. We have the virtual reality as well, all technical. For the non-technical part, we have product design, product management. So product management is another non-technical role that you should also consider, right? Product management, these are people that ensure that a software is seen from the conception stage, where they conceive the idea that let's build this particular app, to the point where they have actually deployed this particular application. They manage the entire software development life cycle, right? So these guys, I call them, in my own layman words, I will call them task masters, right? They basically give tasks and ensure that the right team are doing the right thing at the right time and meeting up with deadlines, right? So this is what they do. So you could also go through that route as well. We have the data science as well that you could also go through, right? So your job as someone that wants to get into tech, is to look at all of these options and make a decision. I know that it's quite hard, right, to make this particular decision, but look at all of this stuff and ask yourself, am I a technical individual? Do I see myself in the next 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, writing programming, writing code? If no, you want to go for other stuff that you love. Do you love research naturally by default? If a business inclined person, right, you want to be a founder, so on and so forth. You want to go through product management, project management, product design, and so on and so forth. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what to learn. Once you figure out what to learn, the next thing is, how do I learn what I want to learn, right? I always tell people there are 3 ways to learn. I can write it down. 3 ways to actually learn after I figure out what I want to learn. 3 ways. Number 1, you want to learn for free. Yeah, you heard me right. Learn for free, right? So learning for free is quite possible. Platforms like YouTube. If you go on YouTube right now and you Google stuff like UX design crash course, you're definitely going to see something. If you go on YouTube and search for that, you're going to see something. If you go on Udacity sometimes, in partnership with Google, of course, sometimes you see some of their scholarship program that you could also learn for free. If you go on platforms like edx.org, right, you see some of the courses that you can also take for free as well. If you go on platforms like Pluralsight, Coursera, there's some scholarship programs there as well. And there's so many other amazing firms that also come out with scholarship program that you can also learn for free. So can I learn for free? The answer is yes. You can actually learn for free, right? And the only disadvantage or the merit of learning for free is the fact that sometimes you might have unstructured course, especially with YouTube. If you're learning with YouTube, you might watch a video and the YouTuber might just end a particular course without completing it. And again, one of the disadvantages of learning for free or learning on YouTube is that you might not go in depth. The YouTuber might not go in depth into that particular topic because in most cases, the YouTubers are trying to upsell their paid courses, right? So you can learn for free. The second way you can learn for let me say, little amount of money. You will pay for it, but you get more structured course, more in-depth course, but you pay. The cost implication is less cost implication. That platforms like Udemy, for example, right? You go there, you see courses. If you sign up for the first time, you can have 95% discount on a programming course, on a project management course, and you can even get it for 5,000 naira or less. You can get it for 10,000 naira or less, right? I know you could get cheaper courses on platforms like that, right? You can learn for free. Now, the only disadvantage is the fact that there is no support, and sometimes you might be watching the video and it's working in the course. The guy taking the course, if it's programming, for example, did something and there is no error, one from your own system there is error, and there is nobody to ask. But thank God you have communities like this that you are on. Probably if you ask in the community, you might have a colleague that might have faced that problem before that will help you solve it, right? But the course itself or the platform itself might not provide that particular platforms where you can actually ask questions. If you hit a roadblock, there is somebody that you could actually talk to, stuff like that. It might not be there, technically speaking, right? So that is why you want to look for other amazing platforms as well. So the third way you could learn is you want to go for boot camps, right? So there are other amazing boot camps, right, that you could choose. For example, the Nerdy Eye boot camp, but boot camps like that is way more expensive, right? You could get a course for a full stack course for 450,000 naira. I know of another boot camps that does for 1 million naira. Bootcamp that does for 2 million naira. So it depends. It depends on the organization. But boot camps like that, you have more structured course, you have more support. They have a roadmap so that they can assist you with internship after learning. Some of them promise and deliver on employment or entry-level jobs. They seek for employment for you after learning. So there are other amazing platforms like that you could also use. So your job is to look for the one that you can afford. But one of the things is there is always something for everybody. If you don't have money, use data and start learning for free. Instead of you to stay idle, start learning for free on YouTube, upskilling yourself. Visit platforms like W3 Schools, Tutorial Point, right? EDX edx.org, look for something and start learning for free. Even when you pay for a bootcamp, you can pay for that bootcamp because of you want the network that comes with it, you want the support that comes with it, you want the assistance in your career path that also comes with it, like job referrals that comes with it, or job placements that comes with it, so on and so forth, right? That is what you want. You want to be able to to speak to real humans that you can actually, that will help you one way or the other, right? But at the end of the day, there is one way, there is something for everybody, but you don't want to sit idle. I repeat, you don't want to sit idle, right? I always tell people that get started in tech, it's a process, it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So the first thing you want to do is learn, as I said. So once you learn, what is the second thing that you want to do? You want to build your portfolio. I've seen somebody that just started learning. After 2 weeks, they're asking for an internship. My question to you is that, what do you want to intern? What value do you think you have in just 2 weeks that you want to actually, you're looking for an internship, that you're looking for somebody to give internship? No, you want to build portfolio. So what is a portfolio? Portfolio are a series of projects that you've embarked on in the time past, right? That makes up your portfolio. For example, I've built a logistic application before. I've built a fintech application before. I've built a booking app before. So those 3 projects come together and makes up my portfolio as a developer. Now in product design as well, you can also build a portfolio as a product designer. You can build a portfolio as a user experience researcher. You can build your portfolio as a digital marketer, as a graphic designer, as an artificial intelligence expert, right? So you could build a portfolio in all of these stuff. And there's amazing platforms to host a portfolio for free. For example, Behance, for product designers to host their portfolio for free. For front-end developers, there are platforms to host your website for free, like Netlify, like Heroku, to host your platform for free. There is Vercel too as well, to host your portfolio for free. You can also use Medium to write articles about your case studies and host it for free. There is Notion.so. You guys should be writing all of these things down, right? Check out these platforms later to host your portfolios for free. So once you have that, we'll move on to the third stage. So what is the third stage? I call it job/gig hunting. Job/gig hunting. So I'm giving you guys like a roadmap. I said that one of the ways we're talking about transitioning to tech. Now, the first thing is learn. You can learn either technical skill or non-technical skill, but pick something and learn first. I broke down how you can learn. The second thing I'm talking about is, I spoke about is portfolio building. After you've learned, you want to take your time and build portfolio. Some people are learning and they're looking out for a job. You shouldn't do that. Yoruba people will say, farabale, calm down, right? You want to calm down and follow due process. I tell people this stuff is a due process. Coming to transitioning into tech is not a get money rich quick scheme. You know, there is this popularity that tech has. It feels like once I just get into tech right now, I've made $1 million. I'm a big boy. I'll build a house, right? It is not a get money rich quick scheme. It is not a get a quick job quick scheme. It's not a get a job quick scheme. It's not a get internship quick scheme. It's a process. So you want to have the right mentality to follow the process. And that's the process I'm giving to you guys now for free. Number 1, learn. Number 2, settle down, build portfolio. Number 3, start what I call the job/gig hunting. I will break that one down. Now, let's talk about job/gig hunting. Let me focus for the job now. For the job there are 3 types of job you can get. You can write it down. You can get a job within a physical job within your local vicinity. For example, if you're in ABU Zaria, for someone like me, I grew up in Kaduna. I did my first national diploma somewhere in Zaria. You guys know that polytechnical. What's the name of that polytechnic again? I forgot to. Nubomali or something like that. Nubomali. Yeah, so before I came to Lagos 2013, thereabouts, then further and did some other stuff, and I'm here now. So it has been like a journey, like a full-fledged journey for me. And I studied civil engineering before I switched into all of these things I'm doing over the years. So what I'm trying to say is these things, they are process, right? So when you want to get a job, 3 kind of job you can get. Physical job. So you want to be intentional. When it comes to getting a job, you want to be what? Intentional. Write it down. I, Samuel, will be intentional about getting a job. I, Samuel, will be, put your name there. I, Samuel, will be intentional about getting a job. Now, what do I mean? You want to ask yourself, do I want a physical job? Do I want a remote job? Do I want a hybrid job? Do I want a job in Nigeria, or do I want a job outside Nigeria? So that you can position yourself for what you want to be intentional. One of the things I learned, and I always tell people, is be intentional about what you want. If it's a physical job, you know that you're looking for a job around Zaria, or you're looking for a job around Kaduna, or you're looking for a job around Abuja, or you're looking for a job in Lagos. So when you go on Google to search for a job, you're looking for a job in that area, and you will not arrange your CV for that job. One of the mistakes that people make when applying for a job and they don't get called for interview is that you're applying for 10 jobs with one CV. So what I always advise people, that you want to arrange your CV to suit that particular job. Let me tell you what employer does when they are looking for people to employ. They look for keywords. In that job, there's a job description. We want somebody that have 3 years experience. We want somebody that have knowledge on React, JS. We want somebody that have that's proficient in JavaScript, somebody that have experience working with a fintech firm before. So in your CV, under your skill area, you want to highlight all those keywords there. Position it for that particular job. Your cover letter and your CV should have the right keyword for that particular job. And you want to apply every day. Look for at least one job once in 2 days to apply. Apply like that so that you can have multiple interviews, so that you can have multiple job offers. There is no way you do that for 3 months consecutively that you not have one job offer or the other, right? That's just the truth, right? So you want to apply for a job. Physical, if that is what you want. Now, you could also apply for a remote job too. Remote job could be within your geographical location. Some people say remote job. If you try to job hunt, you realize that some remote job has to do with geographical location. For example, I know for someone like us in the area where we help like tech firms recruit talent as well. Some people, they want remote workers, right? They want remote developers, but they want them to be in Lagos so that just in case they want them to have like a team bonding session, they can say, okay, let us all meet so day. Those people not say, I'm flying from Cote d'Ivoire or I'm flying from South Africa to come. Like everybody's in Lagos, but they think that we are working remotely. Then once in a while we can meet in Lagos. So even remote job have geographical restriction. All right, that's some things that people don't know. So you want to ask, does this remote job have geographical restriction, or is it worldwide? So you specifically apply for the kind of job you want. So that's the second one, remote job geographical restriction as well, or remote job that is hybrid. They're under the same category. I said 3 kinds of job you can apply for: physical job, remote job with geographical restriction, or hybrid remote job. Hybrid is that they will ask you to come to the office like once in a week or 2 times in a week, right? So you want to apply for that kind of job too. Then that's the second one. The third one is foreign remote job. This is what everybody wants now, especially in Nigeria here. Everybody wants to be earning in dollars, or everybody wants to be earning in currencies that have some name. You know, there is one currency that have some name. Naira is just only one name. Dollars is one name. There is currency that have some name called pound sterling. Pounds is the name. Sterling is the surname. So everybody wants all those kind of heavy currency. But if you are earning $4,000 or 4,000 pounds, when you convert it to Naira, you're a big boy, you're a big girl, or you're balling, right? Stuff like that. So you want to position yourself. And there are amazing platforms to apply for some of these particular jobs. Platforms like remote.co. You can write it down, remote.co. There is platforms like Just Jobs that you can apply for remote jobs. There is amazing platform. I've created so many content on these things on my social media platforms, right? On Twitter, on Instagram. Right? You guys could check it out. And many content that you can apply for that as well. So that's one thing. Another thing again, the bonus one, the fourth one I'd love to add, you can also apply for a job that comes with relocation. There's some jobs in Canada, there's some companies in Canada that will say, okay, if we give you a job, we'll work your visa, your papers, and everything for you, come to Canada and work. And that is how you have what? You have Jackpot. So if you're someone that also wants to use tech to Jackpot as well, you can be intentional about that. There are amazing platforms that comes with job too that will help you jackpot. For example, Van Hack. There's a platform called vanhack.com. You can check it out, vanhack.com. They help you get job as developer. They help you get job in Europe, in Silicon Valley, in Canada, and that comes with relocation package as well. The other amazing platform that's got that is there is we work remote. Okay, work remote is a remote platforms that are to help you jackpot as well. There is this other platforms. What's the name of this platform? It's keeping my mind. It's only Van Hag that is coming to my mind right now. So, but you could actually browse or check some of my content on social media. I've created so many amazing content about that too as well. That also help you, like platforms that help you relocate. They help you work on your papers. You want to work with all these workforce platforms as well. So that is about getting a job. So let me start again. You learn. You build solid portfolio. You job hunt. So I said job hunt / gig hunt. So gig hunting again is about freelancing, right? So you want to earn in dollars, you want to earn in foreign currency. So in Nigeria here, you be a big boy. So I want to ask you guys a question. Would you love to earn in dollars as somebody that is in Nigeria, or would you love to travel out to earn in dollars? So would you love to earn in dollars right here in Nigeria, or you want to actually jackpot and earn there, right? So that's question you need to answer yourself too as well. All right. So you learn, you build portfolio, you job hunt. Now I want to talk about gig hunting in terms of freelancing. So there are two ways you could actually carry out freelancing. Two ways. I call it personal freelancing. Freelancing can be divided into two: personal freelancing and platform freelancing. Personal freelancing is where I build a portfolio, I build a brand for myself as Samolaino's personal brand. He's a software developer. He knows this stuff. People reach out to me. I build them and they give me jobs, right? I build up my personal branding on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram. People reach out to me. They ask me if they have something up and coming. They reach out to me. I build platforms. So this is personal freelancing, right? And you can even work for companies abroad. There are amazing platforms that help you to create domiciliary accounts or dorm accounts or foreign accounts so that you can receive your payment as well, right? You could do that as well. Then talking about freelance platforms, there are freelance platforms like Fiverr.com. You could write it down if you've not heard of it. Upwork.com as well. You could check it out. So many Nigerians actually use this particular platform to get jobs abroad, and they're earning in dollars as we speak, right? You could venture into all those freelancing as well. So once you enroll or register in all of these platforms, you want to start applying for gigs, and hopefully you get gigs. And you want to further as well learn more how to actually secure your first clients and so on and so forth. And that is it. You're in tech already, you're already making money in tech. Now, if you want to also be a senior bro in tech, last year I had a webinar, I call it Tech Money. How to make money in tech. Where the title of that one is called Tech Money. Where is the money in tech? Called Soap for me, right? So basically, in that particular webinar, there are several stuff I discussed in that particular webinar as well because I need tech money. So I'll just quickly share it with you guys as I'm rounding up, because I'm rounding up right now. In the next 3 minutes, okay, I will be rounding up. So that particular webinar, I spoke about different things you could do. So once you get to this particular point where you have a job, the next thing you could do as a tech bro, as a tech C, somebody in tech, is to come up with your own startup, right? Start something for yourself. Start your own company. Start your own fintech firm. I think there was a time I think 2 weeks ago I shared the content on my Twitter about how anybody can actually start up their own fintech firm. Different APIs that you can use. We have onepipe.com. We have Mono HQ. We have amazing platforms that you can actually use to start up your own fintech.com, right? Yeah, I said fintech.com. Start your own fintech firm as well. Build something for yourself. Start pushing that particular startup. Once you do that, you want to join Startup Accelerator program like YC or any local Startup Accelerator program that will help you raise fund. Join them, apply for them like Y Combinator, apply for them. If you get listed, fine. If you don't, apply for several ones as well. You raise money. Once you raise money, that is it. You're a tech bro. You have $1 million to build your own idea, right? So, or you look for VCs. There are several VCs that you could also use, that you could also apply for to raise fund, right? Venture capitalists, these are people that invest in people's business. You could also do that as well. Once you do that, start building the business. Once you build the business, like the way Paystack build that business for like 5 years plus, you can sell it to what do they sell it to again? They sold it to Square, right? You can sell it to them as well for $200 million. That's what they sold Paystack for a few years ago. You could do that. If you want to sell, continue building like Flutterwave, who knows, you might be the next $1 billion Nigerian firm as well, right? So you could do that as well. Continue building, or you can sell and cash out and build some other startup again. So everybody in tech, including myself, we are actually following this route. As I told you guys, next year you are currently building a community platform, and that's why I was super I'm excited that when I joined, you guys were talking about the importance of community. Some of these things you can't do it alone, and that is why we are building the platform that we are building right now. And before the year runs out, our community platform will be up and running, whereby when you come on the platform, we realize that there is no any platform, or I will not say there is no any. It is rare for you to find a platform right now where you can just see several tech communities that you can join. So there's nothing like that. That is what we are building at NDI right now. A platform whereby you can just log on the platform, the app, you see several communities, you go on it, you can join these particular communities, you can start contributing, start networking with people, till you see job opportunities, so on and so forth, right? So platforms like this is really, really good, because if you are tired, if you feel like quitting, there is John there, there is Mohammed there is Ibrahim there, and is pulling you up and say, don't quit, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So that's how I'm going to end my little tech talk with you guys today. And if you have any questions, you can go on and comment it. I don't know if I'm allowed to take questions, but that is it, guys. So thank you guys for having me. I do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you for that wonderful, amazing session, sir. We hope to have more and see more of you. Before we go into the question section, please, I would like everybody to drop their questions in the chat box. Then if you want to connect with any of our speakers today, we have their handles there in the chat box for you to connect with them. And personally, from this session, I think I've learned a lot. The learn, the earn, and then figure what to learn with your arms. Yeah, it's been an amazing session. Thank you very much once again, Mr. Sigmalinus, for that. I mean, it was eye-opening. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so we move on to the question and answer session now. If you have any questions for our speakers, you can drop them in the chat box. And for those who have been asking, how do you want to become a member of the GDSC community? How do you start up in any course that you want to learn? Our team lead, Alayonde Daniel, is on the call, and he would address you on that better once we are done with the question and answer session. All right, so I have jotted just 2 questions from the chat box here. The first question is from Afiz Sanusi, and it is directed to the first speaker. Is Miss Ifeanyi Agbara still on the call?
Yeah, I'm on the call.
All right, ma'am. This question is directed to you. The question says, how do we approach tech firms for internship? Do you recommend code messaging them?
Okay, so I will answer that question. There are various ways you can reach out to people for internships. So I'll list the ones that I can remember from the top of my head. First one, the basis is, if you want to try out LinkedIn, you should build a very good LinkedIn profile. You should you should optimize your LinkedIn profile, put what is relevant on it. That's if you are following the LinkedIn path. Then you should connect with people. Show the company you're interested in. If you're interested in maybe Google, follow recruiters, connect with recruiters, software engineers, people that work at Google. Try and build your connection around them. Then when you do that, you could send messages to recruiters. Mind you, these recruiters, they receive thousands of messages every day because it's a worldwide thing. So you can't just say hi and then leave the message. If you tell me hi, what do you want to say next? So what you do is, hi, my name is this, I'm this, I'm that. Something you try to put your message. I am looking forward to getting, if it's a referral you want for an internship or full-time role, and I would this is my skill set. This is my CV, this is my portfolio, this is this. You put on the necessary information, and then fortunately, if the person picks it up, he can answer you. They can, sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. You don't know what you can try. Also, you try to put this. I don't know if there was something someone told me. If you put software engineer on your LinkedIn profile, when they type in software engineer and your name can come up. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't tried that before. Then also you could send code mails to people, to recruiters. It works. Your code mail should be, like I said, it should be quite descriptive. Then also to get internships to, like I said, join the community. There are people in the community that have gone for internships before and full-time role. They can refer you. So you have friends that would have done something. My friend, he interned at Facebook. My friend interned at Google. Okay, Alpha, can you refer me? And if in the community, if you refer you've met someone like that. Also, when you go for events, there's some events that recruiters actually go to or go for. Open, like if you are looking for something, you have to be vast in what you're looking for. Events, who is coming? Okay, Carrywise is coming, Paystack is coming. Okay, they are going to have stands at those events. You can walk to their stand. I am looking for an internship position at your company. How can I go about it? You try to explain yourself to them. It's not that you go there and then you be asking maybe for swags or something. You have a plan that you want to achieve. So if you have a plan you want to achieve, you go for that plan. I'm not saying you just go there. You can ask how to do. You can come up to conversation and then ask them. Also, work on your CV. Like, let your CV have like the words that are targeted. Put it on resume worded. Let it have a very good percentage. Let it have at least 80, 85. Put the word. It's not that I did a front end. I did a landing page. I developed. You try to put those kind of words there so that when it goes through 8 years, it gets like a very high percentage, and then you're called. If not, it's auto-rejection mail, they'll say. Also, you can apply for internships. There are always internships. You open that are opened around this time of the year. So you apply, you learn. If it's software engineering you're going for, you learn data structures and algorithms, you practice. There are a lot of things you can use to practice. You have lead code, HackerRank, Algo Expert. There are a lot that you can use to practice. And yeah, I guess that's all I can remember from like to get internships. Yeah, one more thing. When you work on your project, post it. I know someone that all the jobs he has gotten in this life, even internship, he didn't apply. It's because he posts his work. And then they'll reach out to him, you're working on something similar we're working on. Would you like to come and work in our company? Fine, set up a call, get to know you, land job. So yeah, that's all.
All right, thank you very much for that answer, Ms. Ifyo. Just to chip in a few things on approaching tech firms for internship, actually. And then if you're approaching, you want to make sure that your CV or whatever it is that you're submitting, your portfolio, your resume, is in line with whatever post that you're applying for. Recently, I had a funny experience recruiting. So this guy wanted to apply as a back-end developer, and he included his, his experience as a mortuary attendant in the CV. That was a funny experience, actually. So you want to make sure that your CV is in line with whatever you're applying for. Very important. All right. The next question is directed to Mr. Samuel Linus by Amit Razak. The person said, if one wants to learn artificial intelligence with no prior knowledge of coding, where can one start from? That's directed to Mr. Samuelinus.
All right, that's cool. Just like I've said, the most important thing is learning, right? So you have no knowledge before, no pro knowledge. We are all there at one point in time. So the first thing you want to do is search, go on Google right now as we speak, search artificial intelligence course, artificial intelligence training. So you want to ask yourself, do I want to pay for this training? Do I want to go for a physical bootcamp, or do I want to learn online, either paid or free? If it is free, as we speak right now, just go on YouTube, search for artificial intelligence crash course. You're going to definitely see something, right? So see something, start learning. The more you start learning like that, even for free, you no longer have pro knowledge in you. You already have pro knowledge, right? So the best thing is start for free. Go on YouTube right now as we speak. If you are here after this call or after this meeting, just go on YouTube, search for artificial intelligence crash course. You're going to see stuff. You're going to see stuff on Python for artificial intelligence. You're going to see stuff on JavaScript, like using of TensorFlow for artificial intelligence. You're definitely going to see something, right? If it's a physical training you want, and you're in Lagos, or you're in Abuja, or you're in Kaduna or Zaria, search artificial intelligence course for training in Zaria. You're going to see something, right? So start from there.
All right. In addition to that, we have a lot of programs. We have already set up a lot of programs for anyone who wants to learn any particular skill. So you're covered. GDSC has got you covered. You don't have to worry. All right. So the next question is from Hafiz Sanusi. It's directed to Mr. Samuelinus. He said, what are the other skills tech companies look out for aside from technical skills?
All right, okay, this is a very important one. One of the things that people look out for is two things, apart from technical skills, two. It's a one-off, so I'll say two of. So two. The first one is culture fit, right? Do you fit into our culture? Are you the kind of, do you buy into our mindset or the vision of what we are trying to build, right? Like if you're joining Nerdy Eye, for example, now, currently Nerdy Eye, we believe that community is the next big thing, is the next best thing after sliced bread. That's what we believe. Do you believe in the things that people can do with community? Do you believe in networking with people? Do you believe in sharing information? Do you believe in sharing values? Do you believe in all of these things? If you don't subscribe to that chain of thought, if we employ you, and you're not going to do us good because we'll be going left, you'll be going right mentally. So we'll look out for culture fit. Now, the second thing that we look out for, most people look out for is team, ability to work with team, right? Can you work with people? Ability to work with people. Can you communicate while working with people? Now, most technical people, they fall short of these things because they have been coding all their life on their own. Right? You have never worked on a project where you have like 3 or 4 developers, how to, you commit your own code, you push it to GitHub, that person comes, they make changes, they say, okay, in fact, or as a designer, you design something, the senior designer comes in and say, I don't like the design, we trash it, you start picking annoyance, and before you know it, you're spreading bad attitude or negative vibes, let me use that word, around the team. Nobody wants that, right? You want to ensure that you know how to communicate, you know how to work with people. For example, now, if you want to employ you at NetAI, for example, we say, okay, what have you done? Tell us where you have worked before. Tell us what community project have you worked on before. Right, so don't just want to hear that I've been working all alone. We are not lone rangers, because if you work with us, you're not going to be working alone. We want to see that you have collaborated with people. So this is why I advise people that sometimes look out for your friends. As you're in this community like this now, right? You want to look out for 2-3 people let you guys build projects together. Look out for one designer, look out for one developer, look out for one project manager. Come together, build something. So when you go on an interview and they're asking you as a UI designer, have you worked with a developer before? You remember that particular project. I say, okay, yeah, I was the developer. I designed this. He asked that, okay, the color, we couldn't understand the color, blah, blah. Before you knew it, you know how to interact with people. Because as a UI designer, you'll not be working alone. In a full team, you're working with a developer. As a developer, you're not working alone. When a full team working with a designer, at the same time working with a project manager as well. So we want to know that you understand this agile methodology of development. And if you are here and you don't even know what agile methodology of development is, after this particular call, go on Google immediately and Google for agile methodology of development, software development, especially if you're a developer or a designer, right? So you want to know these things. So those two things are the major things that we look at, apart from the fact that you know how to code. Because you can know how to code, you know how to work with people, you're giving us trouble. You bring the house down, right? At the end of the day. So basically just it. Know how to work with people, right? Know how to do that very well. And that's why when you're applying, you want to know that, okay, this company are building what I subscribe into. This is what I want my future to be. That is culture fit. So look for the culture fit and know how to work with people. I think that's the answer I have for that. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. We have another question from Abdullah Yunus. This question is also directed to Mr. Simon Linus. The question says, what are the 3 ingredients that make a student to succeed when getting into tech? Sorry, did you hear the question? Did you get the question, sir? Okay, I guess it's out. All right. Somebody also asked. His name is.
I was muted. Sorry. I was speaking. No, I was muted.
All right. You can go ahead with the answer, sir.
So I got the question right. Again, let me confirm the question. 3 ingredients that makes a student succeed. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I was saying that I would love to paraphrase that question to ingredients that makes a student to succeed. Number one is curiosity. We want to be curious, right? So just as most of us that are here, and I feel that one of the reasons why you join this particular or you're trying to join this particular community right now is because you're curious about tech, you're curious about what is happening. So curiosity actually helps you to want to learn more. Now, the second one is consistency, right? So when it comes to tech, especially development and other aspects of tech, it's consistency. It's not about being smart. Albert Einstein said something that I really love. So it's not that I'm smarter than others. It's because I spend more time on a particular problem than other people. That is what makes me look as if I'm smart, right? So consistency helps you to spend more time on that particular stuff. The third one is patience, right? I know that on Twitter you have seen somebody that said, I'm earning $10,000 per month or $150,000 annually, and you want to do that in your first 3 months. You are comparing your level 1 to that particular individual's level 20. It's not fair on yourself. So you want to be patient to be able to go through the process, right? So you want to know that as well. So curiosity, consistency, and patience. So you want to go with these 3 things, right? As you go along, I could add other amazing ingredients. So that's what I'm saying. It's not just necessarily 3. There could be more. But these major 3 things will actually help you go far in your journey. And the last but not the least, believe in yourself. So that this thing that always happens to almost each and every one of us is imposter syndrome, right? That makes you feel as if you're not as good as you expect. So believe in yourself. Last year, I created a video I shared on social media that almost went viral. And that video was, I said that even developers at Google, right? I was trying to say that even developers that work with Google, sometimes they forget something and they go on Google and Google for it. That does not mean that they are not good. So sometimes we developers or we technical people or people in tech, we feel like, am I really good? And can someone like me work at Google? Can someone like me work at Microsoft? Can someone like me work with this big tech, this big company?
wow, people are there, they are genius and stuff, right? So you want to like actually believe in yourself, to give yourself a shot. When you come up with application, apply and see if you're up to the task, right? So that's all the things I have for you guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The last question from Mr. Bello University says, what are the various tech courses we can study? On the tech courses you can study, actually, we have a lot. We have the technical part and the non-technical part. We have UI UX designs. We have Flutter development. We have mobile development. You want to be a back-end developer. You want to be a front-end, or you want to be a product manager. All you need to do is just sign up on the link to be a member of the GDSC community. The link is in the chat box in case you're interested. Just sign up. From there, you get to see whatever track you want to learn. So it's there. All you need to do is just sign up. With this, we have come to the end of the question and answer session, and I will be handing over to my boss, the team lead of GDSC ABU chapter, Mr. Alayode Daniels, for his closing remarks, and then we'll round up. Is he on the call, Mr. Daniels?
Yeah. I'm on the call. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you to our various speakers, Sir Samuel Linus, for thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming on board to share this knowledge with us. Basically, I'm just Daniel Alayode, and I'm an undergraduate student of Ahmadu Bello University. Also, and the funny thing about tech space is people just feel like, just like they said, people feel like it's just for developers, it's just for people who are good at science, good at math. But this thing is not really as it seems. It's something you can actually start even as a newbie. That's why you see Mr. Samuel has given us a pathway basically. Even how to get started as a newbie. And one thing I want to tell us all is that we are not, you guys, you're not alone. You're not alone trying to figure out things. Because I've also been there trying to figure out things, and even I've still not figured it out yet. But I still know that like so far you're in the right community, you're with the right people, then you're right on track as well. So and this is basically why we've come up with this community, GDSC Ahmadu Bello University. That's a Google Developer Student Club, and it's just to help one another, to give and to receive, to participate also. Because while you are giving, you are receiving. While you are receiving, you are giving. It's a two-way thing, and you're also participating because we want to actually do exceptional things. We want to do great stuff together as a tech ecosystem, as a tech community. And our community is a value-based community. It's not something where it's a community where you find people to talk to when you're facing challenges, even trying to navigate the tech space, where you can find like minds, people who have experience, who have experienced what you are experiencing, people who have even overcome what you are experiencing, even what your challenges are. And we have a wide array of resources from that, and even with the support of Goodwill as well. And we are basically like people who want to make a difference, and we also want people that want to make a difference to be right on board with us. So you're also invited to join us. And we believe that tech is for all, basically. Tech is for everybody. Even if you're a fashion designer, even if you're a law student, you're a biologist, whatever, even if you're a makeup artist. In fact, it's fascinating how much you can do as a makeup artist in the UI UX world. So it's just so much. Like Seth Godin would say, we are in a connection economy, and those who connect with others will succeed. And basically, it's just the same. So if you have stories to share, you have you have challenges, you can all reach us. So you can reach out to us. I thought my video was on. Maybe I don't know why this thing. Let me just connect with my phone video basically. So but we are rounding up already. Okay, yeah. So we are rounding up already, and like I said, so basically it's just if you have stories to share. Even this, I remember starting out tech. I was back during the COVID-19. I was trying to figure out things, trying to see how can I get started. What do I need to learn? I learned web development, learned Android. I had a lot of challenges, and it was just community that kept me on. And basically these tech skills are things that have given me money, it has taken me out of the country, it has given me exposure basically. So it's so wide, there's so much for us and stuff. So I don't know if you still have questions. We can still accommodate them for a few more minutes before we close up. I'm trying to check out those that are asking questions. And if you want to join our community, you can just okay. I see someone raising a hand. Sharif Said, you can ask the questions. Just unmute and ask.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. My question is, when I check the GDSC Developers Club forum, I noticed some of the group unit leads, but I couldn't find data science or data analytics anywhere around. So my question is there an aspect for data science students or those that are in data analytics field in the GDSC community? That's it.
Okay. Yes. We have basically it's what the community needs that would actually give out and build, because the tech space is so wide and there is like a lot of skills to learn. So we want to know, like, we'll be sharing out the form very soon. So we want to know what you want to learn, and we get the resources for you in terms of people that can can actually tutor. We have great guys in the team. We have DS and ML lead as well. Is Daher Brahim. I don't know if you found that, but it's also on the platform. We have that as well. So there is just so much. Even the skills that are not even available on the platform, we can always stay. It depends on what the community. That's why we are here for you. We're actually here for you because GDSC is you as a person. It's you. It's everyone on this call, and we are trying to help ourselves to grow, basically. So that's just it. Yeah, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I don't know. Please, can you drop Precious or whoever is on the call? Please drop the link to join. You can join through the platform. It's let me pick it up and see if I can share. You can just click. You go to gdsc.community.dev. Okay, let me just drop it. I think it will be better. So when you have dropped the link to join the community, you join when you're on the website there. You can just click join us. You'll be part. It will lead you to a page where you put in your details and all. Then also you can join our WhatsApp group as well. I think the link has been shared earlier, so probably someone will share it. Yes, and also our community is not just it's based on communities. We are trying to grow as it. So even resources will be shared from individuals. So it's all around that. And you basically still hear from us in terms of trying to get to know the team better. This is just basically an introduction to what GDSC stands for, what you stand to gain as a member, and several others. So if there are no more questions, we would end the session right now. And thank you all for coming. Thank you to our amazing speakers. Thank you to we have one more. Let's just quickly take that. Go on, Imran. Go on, Imran.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My question here is, once in a situation where the house are also restricted.
Sorry, I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better now.
All right. What's even a situation whereby I have friends that are interested in joining? So can I just share the link with them so that they can join easily?
If you what? I didn't get that.
All right. I say, what if in a situation whereby I have friends that want to join the organization? So is it okay?
Yeah. In fact, you don't need to ask a question. It's open to all. It's open to all. You can share the link, share to people. If you have people that are saying, okay, yeah, you can share to all. If you have people that want to join, just share to them. They can always join us. They are all welcome. Everyone is welcome from all parts of in whatever course, regardless of the course you're studying. If you're trying to find yourself, trying to find maybe the skill that fits in. And basically, when I tell people, when people want to when they reach out to me and say, "What skill can I learn?" I used to tell them mostly it's based on your personality. What you can. Are you the kind of person like Linus said? He said, "Are you the kind of person that wants to sit on the laptop coding and doing all of those? Are you the kind of person that is interested in talking? Maybe like you want to share your research. Probably maybe data analytics is what fits in for you. If you are the kind of person who you are so passionate about apps, you notice the mistake. It's just so wide. It's just so wide, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help one another to grow. Even myself, I'm trying to help myself to grow. Even using the community and the network, we have like a wide array of network. We'll be having several sessions, basically, and we'll be having technical sessions. We'll be having general sessions as well, which is it should be weekly, monthly, and several others. So, but just let us know what a form will be shared later for those that are in the WhatsApp community. So the form, you let us know so we know where to put you in, what other groups you can join in. So that's that for that. So thank you all for joining. Really, really appreciate